we would make you get out.
Well, yeah, I would get out.
And then we would get out in Devil's Lake and make you get out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
and we'd all want to run around at that point.
Yeah, totally.
And then we would go to Grand Forks and get into the hotel or whatever. Yeah. You know, it's not like when we could leave you in the van forever.
Yeah. No, I understand.
If I thought I could come up with the money for something that would work, I would.
Yeah.
I thought the pilot was going to be the perfect answer to everything.
Well, it was for the 10-minute ride around town.
Well, again.
Little issue there.
Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, I wanted it to work too. I thought it was going to work too.
Initially,
I thought it was going to work fine, but it's just not.
Actually, it's a pretty nice vehicle, but
it's just not. And it might have worked finer when I was younger, you know. But
that's true
now that
too.
I'm in my 40s and
yeah,
things
well,
don't want
Mom can barely
adjust.
Mom can barely get into the pilot some days.
Wow, that thing's not that far off the ground.
Taller than the minivan.
Not that much, really. It's
Sits
because,
higher up.
It's because the doors are wider because you have all that anti-everything roll junky stuff on here.
But that takes your ability to expand your left leg.
Yeah, it does.
And then over there you got the console here too.
Well, that and that side curtain thing.
Yeah.
On the bottom there too, it takes up a good 6 or 8 inches where it normally would only 3 or 4 inches.
Right. It's better protected in that regard. But for what it is, it's a general purpose, all-wheel drive, kind of a minivan, but not quite, but lots more capable than a minivan. The all-wheel drive is very impressive.
More like a crossover.
And it's got 280 horses, so it's got more horses than the other one.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things about it.
Yeah. And if you're skinny and you're young and you're in shape, it probably works real well.
It's 44,000 miles instead of 160,000 miles.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the truck may have broke down.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Yep. Gonna have to drive around it because I don't think he's moved. There he goes. Now he is. Maybe he's trying to make sure you see him in the fog.
Oh, could be, yeah. Just make sure your headlights on.
And ours are. guess I didn't understand before, but I asked them before about whether that was okay or not, and they decided it was okay. I'm going to find out maybe it had been leaking and we didn't know it. Is my guess. But until it fails... Well, now I know I can get it done over there, and it doesn't cost a ridiculous amount of money. It was $181 or so, or $182.42 or something like that for both of them. That's not so bad. I even thought about buying one of the Wonder Yaesu bases, but it would be the one that's got the big fancy, not the monster.
I looked at Ace Pro, and I was like, I looking at the one that were on sale. I was like,
no,
not really.
Well, the
7300 works just good.
7300 is better in a number of ways, in my opinion.
Well, we already have one, so that's easy right there.
Right, that's what. From what I hear, there's a number of people who feel that the 7300 is better.
Yes.
So I don't see. Now, the one thing it will do for you on a contest, you can put the big monitor behind here, get the big mother display.
Well, you could do that with a 7300.
I know you can. So that's my point.
Yeah.
So maybe if they want to spend that much money, maybe they spend another $2,000 to buy the Wonder Radio.
Well, yeah, I get the 101D like Ralph has.
Yeah, maybe they should just, or the 7600 or something.
That's even older radio.
Or 88, whatever, 890 or whatever. I mean, how much money do they want to spend?
How much money they got? That's the big thing.
They got 10 grand or more or less.
Well,
but you know how that goes. Quickly.
Yeah, well, are we gonna buy it all on one radio, or two radios, or four radios, or?
They're talking about buying one,
using it for
keeping it for field day contests and the club station.
Well, but we also want to run a ham fest too.
Then we're gonna the there's 590s are backups. Well, 590
is an old radio though.
It's a good solid radio though.
Yeah, but it's old
and it's easy to learn. The 7300 I think is better.
It's not that hard to learn than that, really.
I
never looked at the manual, and I was able to operate it within 15 minutes, turning it on.
Yeah. Ralph told me put the good antenna on the 7300.
Well, yeah.
And put the secondary one on the 590. But I know how to use it. But maybe.
Yeah. There's no tax bill today, at least.
It shouldn't be. But there are a number of people here. Can I squeeze in between them and crew off in the line? No. Not up against the expensive one that Joe's driving. We'll park over here as a pig next to Tom. I know Mom and I enjoyed it going to church when it was icy and snowy.
Yeah.
Really good for that.
Yeah, it's not bad for that. I can't lie.
And if you were on a trip and could deal with it, it would do a better job in bad weather.
Yeah.
That would be the big thing.
Yeah. But when you really travel that badly when it's bad weather.
Well, I didn't realize that it was going to be quite as tight in the back. I thought we solved all the problems when I looked at it. I had looked at it hard with Nikki.
Yeah.
Of course, Nikki's a lot smaller than a lot of us.
Yeah.
And she could get into it. So I said, well, my wife could probably get into it. But she doesn't have my wife's hip, but she does have a bad foot. But she let me look at it, and I got to ride in it, sit in the back seat, front seat, all around, and check all the what-ifs on it 6 different ways, under the hood, and everything else. And I said, this looks like a pretty nice outfit. And it is. But
if you're younger, I think you would be.
Well,
in shape and everything else.
If you fit the glove better, the glove's going to feel better.
That's obviously.
It's a fit the glove type of thing.
Yeah. At least the fog mostly
we feel it in the front seat too because we got the console.
Yeah, because of the console.
Because of the console. But other than that, it's pretty nice, I think.
It is, but it's
still too complicated for us.
Yes, it's got
more whiz bang than we need. Yeah.
Well, there's that issue too, but
I did think on a long trip that lane avoidance thing would be good, because if I start to go to sleep, it's going to catch it.
Maybe.
Pretty well. Yeah. It gives you an extra step of maybes.
But at that point, you might as well just pull over and take a nap.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, if I start to do that, I don't realize it, and it goes.
That's why they put those rubs on the road.
Right, but I mean, but they're not everywhere.
No.
But this thing looks at the lines.
That's why you have people in your vehicle going.
Well, yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, but if you have the radar looking too, or the camera looking too, I think that's a plus. I'm not going to use it except on a trip, I don't think.
Yeah.
But I had to try it. But you saw it follow the road. I was like,
yeah,
this up, man.
Different.
It's pretty weird. Yeah.
It was different.
I don't consider it a drive itself car thing.
No, it's not. It doesn't have that many bells and whistles on it.
Nor did I know that I would want it.
I think I'd be very leery.
Oh yes.
To take my hands off the steering wheel. Yeah, very leery about doing that.
This is straight round though. This is straight.
Considering it's illegal to take your hands off the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Which is what a lot of these self-driving cars. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people get pulled over for ticketed on.
Because they're doing this.
They're just letting it drive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's against the law.
Yeah.
Well, I think in most states it is.
Well, I think it probably should be.
You know, at least have a hand on the thing, at some place on the thing, just to, in case, even if it's just resting. At least it's there.
I did notice though, if you got ice on the windshield, it has a freak because you can't see.
Well, it can't see its radar. Yeah, it's a little radar thing you can't see.
And the radar side things, we don't have them, but it gives you an alert when something's in there. You don't even bring it up on the camera to tell you there's a problem. I was riding. I was riding in Dean's Ridgeway. All of a sudden, the camera comes on, and it's a side camera telling you there's a problem on the right. Well, some of the more premium vehicles, like some of those Range Rovers and stuff. Yeah, they got
like they got down sensing radar.
Yeah.
So you're fording a stream or something.
Right.
It will tell you how deep it is, and how at a certain point, whether you're in the green level or you're in the yellow and red.
Yeah.
You don't want to go in red, because that's potential where this thing will start floating. Yeah. But it will actually down sensor.
There are some amazing technology.
And some of those are not that new of technology. Some of those have been out for 10 years or something on some of those vehicles, because I remember them doing it on Top Gear. They had a Range Rover they went 40 in the stream thing. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. I'm sure it'd be expensive if those mirrors break.
Oh, even these
These
are expensive. This is several $100s or more. Not counting labor, but you have a heater in there.
Yeah.
You got electronic controls in there, and you don't have now the other ones. You got the turn signals and stuff on there. Everything more on there raises the price. So $250, $500 in a hurry. Per mirror, not counting labor. So somebody smacks your mirror, it's a big deal. Yeah. Like when Jennifer smacked
especially these days where parts from China get really hard to come by.
Well, yeah. But I'm just
along with everything else, it's getting hard to come by.
Jeep's got some sort of laser thing or something like that. Looking there, whatever.
Like 360 or something.
Something like that, or getting a weird, I don't know what it's doing, but it got some pretty good stuff on them, but it's like sometimes it's overwhelming. I'm not a pilot, man. I don't need that many gauges. But I've caught
some of those new trucks even, they got like a big huge display that goes from like here down.
No,
like
too much information.
I'm like, okay, I don't need like a complete diagnostic panel of everything going on in the vehicle.
Well, I remember driving old government trucks for years. They didn't have a whole lot of stuff.
No.
Manual transmission.
Yeah,
just fine.
Forget that anymore. It's all electronic.
Well, I like manual transmissions, but I'm not the only driver in the family either. So I go out and buy a vehicle with manual transmission. I'm the only one that'll be driving it.
Yeah, it's the best anti-theft device.
Well, that's what Ken said. He's got two Mustangs. Both of them are manual transmissions.
They were showing some videos. people breaking into vehicles. The guy gets in, he's like, he stares at the shifter knob and is like, what is that?
That's how you shift, buddy.
Well, he thought that was just how you put it in drive. And it's like he's shifting it and like nothing's happening, then they ain't moving.
Clutch.
Oh yeah, they don't know about the clutch either.
Or how to use it. Yeah.
They think it's just another brake. They think that's the emergency brake or something.
No, it ain't the emergency brake.
Yeah.
No, once I learned how to drive, at first it was kind of hard, but I learned on an F-250 off-road with a loose seat. So you're trying to...
I remember being in the back of the 78 truck, 79 F-250, and Mom trained to learn how to do that thing.
Yeah.
And me and Jen were in the back as...
ping pong balls.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that was a 4-speed. That was pretty easy.
Yeah.
But not if you haven't. Not if you're not used to it.
No.
Well, I like.
She was okay at first.
Yeah.
She had to shift. It was not good.
Yeah. It's when you got to downshift and try to do it on a hill and or on a downhill. Yeah. You're trying to. Yeah. It gets more tricky as you go along. But
yeah.
Well,
I have an automatic.
Well, manuals will last forever. It's changed grease on them every once in a while.
Let's break off the shifter.
Yeah, well, I had shifter come off of my hand in the SWAT. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Truck? We were on emergency response. Had to get it into third gear one way or another.
Yeah.
A big old unbalanced International Harvest bread band like thing with our SWAT truck. Boy, this thing is unstable. Then we got one with a Chevy, and Germany had a 350 V8 in it, and it was a lot more responsive, had automatic. And I was backing up in the middle of a fog with all the camouflaged gate shacks and reduced visibility paint on stuff, and smacked right into one of our gate shacks with it, put a nice dent in it.
Ouch.
All the flight chief, what happened? Well, I hit the gate shack with it, because the truck's painted non-reflective too. And so is the gate shack and all planes and everything else. It's all dark black green stuff. And it's foggy, you can't see squat. It's like the paint almost absorbs light sometimes. And the D models with that black paint they had, man, you wouldn't see those things unless you ran into them sometimes. And the plane just like disappears, you know. Yeah, that was a dark paint though, man. Weird to have it working now.
Yeah.
So tired.
Yep.
Again. Might get the check off you when we get in there. Get that sorted out. And you would have thought the Yukon would have been big enough for you, but
yeah. Well, there you go.
I mean,
Yeah, I know. It's fine. This truck looks fine.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, I expected it would be like a Suburban thing, you know. Of course, we didn't see any Suburbans anywhere floating around. That's a nice rig too.
Yeah.
Ooh. It is nice to have a truck, though.
Oh.
In that regard, you're better than Durango. Look like a guy put some sort of rubber stuff over his rust here.
Probably. Like everything else.
Which might be what we try to do. Yeah, both wheel wells. It's always a game.
Yep.
Well, you saw the prices that are in it.
Yeah, I'm buying anything new or even used.
Yeah.
For quite some time, and then they said now that the inflation thing. Did you hear about the latest thing? The inflation thing came back higher than expected.
Who's surprised? Nobody.
So they said that they said they were gonna bring down the interest rates 3 times this year.
No.
Well, it may not happen until maybe July at the earliest.
Yeah.
Unless it keeps going back up, then they won't.
Yeah, well, might do it right before
Well,
the election.
it was 3.8
Yeah.
in January. It went up to 3.9.
But it was way ahead and high of that before.
Yes, it has come down
Smoke
significantly.
coming out of that car. Or out of the truck. Something's smoking.
That tow truck.
Wrecker's smoking.
Yeah. Yeah. Go get a diesel.